Hey, welcome back everybody, and thank you for joining us here on Instagram once again for another Wine Wednesday. Hey, I'm Christian Laroche, sales manager for Waldorf Wine Group here in British Columbia. And I'm so glad you could join us here once again on Instagram. The Wine Wednesday, Waldorf Wine Group, we started doing this back in May of 2020. This is our way of pivoting online. We did it at the start of the pandemic, and we thought we'd bring some of our wine content online for you. And we thought, it might be just a short-term thing we did. Kind of started accidentally via the Georgia Strait, who said we are going to be doing this every week. So we started doing this every week, and we've been going since, like, say, May 2020. Over 200 videos later, we're still at it. So what it is it's a clearinghouse of all things Waldorf Wine Group. For those of you not familiar with this, Waldorf Wine Group, we're a small family-owned wine importing company here in British Columbia. We started back in 1993. We're founded by Andy Waldorf, who's still firmly at the helm, and yeah, we're a small family-owned wine importing company, and we have a super eclectic portfolio all over just European wines. We operate in British Columbia and in Alberta. And we bring in the whole gamut from co-op cellar wines to small boutique producers, family-owned estates, organic producers, biodynamic producers, natural wine producing, really old school Rioja, high-end German Rieslings, old school Chianti Classico, Brunello de Montalcino, some fantastic Dogliani wines, cool wines from all over Europe. So whatever you're after, we've got some cool wines at every price point, basically. Do a lot of high-end class growth Bordeaux and the like. But for today's purposes, we want to feature something a wee bit different. Oh, before I go any further, if you haven't done so already, I do invite you to follow us here on Instagram. Thank you so much. We've got a lot of new followers now. We're up almost at 560 followers and growing. So if you haven't done so, please do follow us here on Instagram. It's a great way to keep up to date. We feature wines that we currently have in the market, either at BCLDB stores or at private wine shops and restaurants. Sometimes we'll taste samples of wines that we're looking at bringing in. We'll talk about any promos we might be having, any visits from winemakers and wineries, or any events that might be happening. So yeah, check us out, please, and do join us. Here we are. It's 2025. Wow, where did 2024 go? So fast. Holidays are kind of settling down. A lot of people are getting back to work, and those Christmas credit card bills are about to start rolling in. So we're after value wines. These are things that we all need, but it doesn't mean that we have to drink boring pedestrian wines at all. No way. It's a fun time. I mean, we're blessed because we have good selection. There's a lot of really hard-working importers here bringing in cool wines. And the wine that we're trying today, I think, is really cool. We featured another vintage here before in the past, and this is interesting. This is a winery that we've been bringing in for a number of years now, and it's an old family, but it's an old Swiss family who started up, back in the 50s up in northern Italy. And we're in Italy, by the way, this week, so maybe I'll flip the camera and show what we're trying. But this is cool because this is a bit of an oddball grape. It's an organic wine from southern Italy, from Sicily to be exact. And it's something that a lot of people may not have heard of, but it's such a cool wine. It ticks so many boxes. You can do so much with this sort of wine, and it's a lot of fun. It's super, super well priced. And it's a great wine to check out, to experiment with, try something definitely a bit different, because they don't make an awful lot of this. The market is certainly not flooded with this grape. Let's flip the camera. I'm going to show what we're trying. So we are in Sicily, in southern Italy, with, Gergenti. This is the Organic Frappato. from southwest Sicily near the town of Memphi. I love the label on this one. Beautiful label. Certified organic. 96 points from Luca Moroni if you're a scorekeeper. And look at that. A whopping 13% alcohol. Isn't that nice? Not over the top or anything like that. But yeah, this is a cool grape. It's something you don't see an awful lot of. In fact, what can I tell you? Okay, getting back to the origins, this is a winery, Gergenti, that is owned by the Schenk family of Switzerland. And they own a number of wineries all over the world. In Spain, they own some wineries. They own our Bordeaux supplier, who we've been dealing with for a number of years as well, Maison Verret Latour. But they started up in northern Italy, just south of Bolzano in Auer, A-U-E-R, and in the southern Tyrol region. And they produce wines not only in Alto Adige. We brought in some of their wines in the past from there as well. We brought in the Lagreen Dunkel, cool wine a number of years ago. They also make some Prosecco. They make wines in Tuscany, Montepulciano, Apulia, Sicily, Campania. We have a few of their wines in right now. We also have in some of the Amicale and a Passamiento wine, which we featured here a number of weeks ago, and the La Gondola Pinot Grigio del Veneto we have brought in as well too. Some very cool wines, but like I said, they're all over Italy. Frappato is a bit of an oddball grape. You do not see an awful lot of it. It's actually a close genetic relative to Sangiovese, but there's only about 800 hectares planted in the world, so there's not a lot of it going around. It's a bit of a fussy grape as well, too. It's thin-skinned. It's prone to fungal disease. So basically, it needs warm, dry conditions to really prosper. Thing too is it doesn't have great yields as well. So this is something they're never going to try to make, bucket loads of. And like most wines, vines have to get to a certain age before the wine, they can produce something that, interesting as well, wine of substance, so to speak. This is a cool wine because I think it's a little bit of a hybrid style. It's a sort of wine, this is a wine that would definitely appeal to Pinot Noir drinkers. Juicy, silky, definitely more fruit forward. It's also the sort of red wine. It's an unoaked red wine too. So very, very fresh, juicy, silky. But this is a sort of red wine, a little bit, say, like a Pinot Noir, like a Gamay, and other unoaked red wines, lower in alcohol, a little bit more fruit forward, that take well to a little bit of a chill. This is the sort of wine that I recommend to people. If you're grilling some lighter fare, perhaps on the barbecue, this is sort of red wine, and not just in the summertime. You can drink it, pop it in your fridge, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and just freshen up the fruit a little bit. And the wine's always going to come back up to temperature. But also, when we get into the heat of the summer and you're doing your al fresco dining out on the patio, out around the barbecue, around by the pool, etc., a red wine can often get hot and soupy and, no fun. So this is a wine that takes well to a little bit of a chill like that too. So whenever I'm grilling anything, perhaps like say a meaty fish or something like that too, like a salmon, maybe with like say a teriyaki glaze, something like that too, and I want sometimes a more fruit-driven red wine, this will definitely do the trick. So that's maybe one little pro tip, but it suits the wine well too because it really emphasizes the freshness of the fruit as well. We need wines like that too. This is a perfect little bistro wine. It's a real crowd pleaser. I mean, if you're still having any functions or the like, it's the sort of wine that you can sit and sip. And I like it because it can do double duty with or without food. And I think it's a great all-arounder if you're having, say, a cocktail party, or you're having, a meal and you want a glass of wine before the meal, but you want to keep drinking it throughout the meal as well. Very, very versatile. Also makes it very versatile if you're a restaurateur. You want to try something a wee bit different. This is a great by the glass option. Lower alcohol as well too. So it's sort of wine that people won't get tired of drinking, like a high octane 15-16% alcohol red wine, big, oaky, super tannic, and the like. So yeah, definitely has good appeal. Oh, I see a few people joining us here. I'll flip the camera and show you what we're trying. We are in southwest Sicily, near the town of Menfi, and we're trying the Gergenti Organic Frappato. 2022 is the current vintage here in British Columbia. This wine is currently available as a spec product, meaning it's not available at BCLDB shops. It's only available through private retail and restaurants. It's a great wine if you ever want to kick the tires on something a bit different too, because this comes in 6-packs as well. So you're not obligated to buy 12 bottles up front, but shows well. Very, very pretty packaging. Looks great on the shelf, but also, like I said, it's a great candidate for a by the glass wine. Perfect wine. Hey, if you've got a pizza restaurant, this is your light fruit forward, juicy red as well. Lots of applications. Heck, we've sold this to southern barbecue places. It's a great wine to go with like ribs and pulled pork and the like. Lots of options there too. What can I tell you? You know what? This might be a good time, actually. Maybe we'll pull up the Google Earth map and check out where we're located here. Let me just get the bottle a wee bit out of shot, and we'll check that out. So we are in, well, to start with, let's start up here. Here's Italy. Let's go up north a little bit here, just north of Veneto. As we're getting here near Trentino, Alto Adige, and Bolzano, just south of Bolzano, this is where we are located, just Ora Hour here in the Southern Tyrol. That's where the headquarters are based. But like I said, they're making wines all over Italy now. We featured a couple of wines, our Amicale Appassimento wine, La Gondola Pinot Grigio, a few weeks ago from just around here, just from the Veneto region. We also featured some of the Maso Antico wines from here, from the heel of the boot as well, some of the organic Negro Amaro that we also have available here in stock. But for our purposes today, we're in Sicily, the island of Sicily here, just in southwest Sicily, almost getting into Marsala region. We're just down here south of the town of Menfi, and we're very close into the coast here, literally only about 2 kilometers from the coast. So vineyards are just down here, just by the road. But I'll pull it up as well too. We are very close. We're southwest of Menfi. It's a southern exposure, saline soils, compact clay. Grapes are from 30-year-old vines. Let me just flip the image over. I'll give you a better shot of that. There you go. That's a bit more of a panorama looking out towards the sea. 30-year-old vines, all hand harvested using native yeast, and then it's fermented in stainless steel and kept 4 months in the lease. Let me just scroll down a wee bit more. Gives you an idea of the clay with a little bit of iron content. You can see the redness of the soil there. But we're not talking high elevations or super duper steep vineyards. But, getting all those breezes coming in off of the Mediterranean. We've got our warm, dry climate to be sure. You know what? I'm just going to pull back. I see some of our friends joining us. It's nice to see our good friend David Lancelot. Hey, David. Happy New Year. Good to see you. I'll flip the camera on once again. We are trying the 2022 vintage of our Gergenti Organic Frappato from southwest Sicily. Available here as a restricted spec product in 6-packs. This may also be a good time, I think. I'd love to give the wine a try. Now, I've had this wine open for a wee bit. These guys are interesting because they are using these not like the Noma cork, but these are the biodegradable green corks. These are a technical synthetic cork that they've been using for a number of years. Really interesting. Seeing more and more of those, and the Diam corks as well. As mentioned, I had this wine a wee bit cool. Pulled it out just before we started shooting the video. And I'm using my usual branded. This is a wine glass we had from one of our old suppliers from Spain. But this is essentially our Riedel Vinum Riesling Chianti glass. It's kind of my standard tasting glass. Young wine. You can see it's got a healthy, fairly deep ruby color, and it's got definitely a healthy pinkish, still quite a bit purpley rim as well too. So we're talking kind of the baby fat stage. I mean, this wine's only 2 years old and change. That's kind of how I might like this. This is certainly not a wine that I think I'm going to be aging for any great length of time. It's the sort of wine I want to drink for its freshness, for the upfront fruitiness as well too. I'm sure I could age this wine if I wanted to, but I don't think that's really what it's about, at least for me. I won't tell you how to drink your wine. If you want to buy it, you do with it as you please. But as I say, fun bistro wine, a wee bit different as well too. So, as I mentioned, I think this wine would really appeal to drinkers of Pinot Noir, Beaujolais, or any other unoaked red wines, maybe Mondeuse from Savoie or something like that. Maybe some unoaked Mencia from Bierzo region of northwest Spain and the like too. But for our purposes, we're in southwest Sicily rather. Let's give this wine a swirl and a sniffy sniff. Ooh, wow. Super, super aromatic. Wow. Very dark, plummy, dark cherry. Definitely has a little bit of incense. And I made this point before about this wine, and I've noticed it before. I was an altar boy. I'm raised in the Catholic Church, so I am familiar with the Sunday morning 10 o'clock Mass, and this has definitely got that church incense notes going on it too. Very, very interesting. Also picking up a little bit of, almost like a little bit of a fresh herb going on in there too. Really, really nice. Let's give the wine a try and see what we have. Nice snap of acidity in the finish. That's lovely. Very juicy, very silky. That's a plump little wine. 13% alcohol. Medium weight, low to medium tannins, I'd say. I'm probably getting a little bit more fruit tannin. There's just a gentle tug at all, if any. And then I'm picking up a little bit of a smoky element on the mid palate. But then the acidity kicks in, keeps it really nice and refreshing. Just gonna have another sip, if I may. Snap. I'm getting almost like a little bit of a bay leaf, or maybe a little bit of a fennel note in there too. Really interesting. It's not too strong, which is good. But yeah, like I say, lighter fare. I think this would be great with maybe some grilled Italian fennel sausages, grilled vegetables as well. But like I mentioned before, this is great. I've had it with Southern barbecue, pulled pork, ribs, a little bit of sweetness in the sauce, dumplings, pizza. This is a great pizza wine. I could see this also too with albondigas, meatballs, and maybe some ham croquetas if you're doing tapas. Great tapas wine. But yeah, that's a ton of fun. I'd love to try something like that too. It'd be a great wine to play with too, as a by the glass offering, if you got a little wine bar or something like that too. Hey, we're in southwest Sicily. We're trying the 2022 Gergenti Organic Frappato. Super aromatic, super silky, juicy, fun little wine. Like I said, if you like Pinot Noir, you like Beaujolais, this will float your boat. It's available at private wine shops and better restaurants around the province here in British Columbia. If you're interested in it, pricing and availability, you can drop me a line, DM me here on Instagram, or you can shoot me an email at christian@waldorfwine.com. And that's Christian, Christian. Yeah, that's about it for the Gergenti Organic Frappato. Lots of things still coming in as we speak. We had a lot of wines in the pipeline as the holidays hit. And we had some labor situations going on at the ports as well, which slowed a few things down. So things are starting to arrive. Our De Champigny Cremant de Loire traditional method rosé brut. It's a traditional method sparkler made with Cabernet Franc, 16 months on the lease. Really cool wine. That's available at BCLDB. $28.49 a bottle. It's back in stock. We just got another 220 cases, so it's a great wine if you're doing a party. We also have the white version has come in too, which is also a traditional method sparkle, but using Chenin Blanc. Yeah, a little dollop of Chardonnay. We did it a few weeks ago here on the videos, and that's also available. So great wines from the Loire Alliance. Fantastic party wines. Half the price of non-vintage champagne, but different, obviously. And it's not Prosecco, it's not Cava, traditional method Cremant, very, very cool. There's some more German wines coming in. We are going to be getting some more of our old school Schwab Kiebel from Urzig, the Urziger Würzgarten, the Spice Garden. Now, we had brought in the 1994 before. We've depleted that vintage. These guys are cool because they have a cellar full of back vintages at insanely good prices. And they're just such old school Mosel Rieslings that you don't see anymore. Really cool labels as well. We are moving forward. We are moving up to the 2002 vintage. So there you'd be, hey, it's a young pup. It's 22 years old. But crazy good prices on those. Those are going to be coming in soon. Got a little bit of, I think we've got some Willie Schaefer coming in that order as well too. So look for that. Got a little bit more of our Sellback, J&H Sellback Incline Riesling. We're getting low on that. I think we've only got 1 or 2 cases left in the warehouse. The next order is about to pull in anytime soon. We've also got a little bit of our Zeltinger Himmelreich Cabinet Halbtrocken from Zellbach Oster. That is our go-to half-dry cabinet from Johannes Zellbach and Sebastian Zellbach in the Middle Mosel that we've been bringing into BCLDB stores for a number of years now. So the reload's coming in on that. Lopez de Heredia, yeah, our traditional Riojas are about to show up. Hey, our good friend Solafred from Montsant, Holy Mountain region in Catalonia, unoaked 100% Samso. That's Carignan, folks. Another wine kind of similar to this one, maybe a little touch beefier, but again, another unoaked red that takes well to a bit of a chill. That'll be out fairly shortly. 95 points from Decanter Magazine. Pretty nice and very, very cool wine as well. Hey, listen, I'm not here to do a selling job. I'm just telling you what's arriving. But more importantly, we would love to have you join us here on a regular basis. We'll keep you up to date with what's new, what's wonderful, what's coming in. And we'd love to have you join us here. So please do follow us if you haven't done so already. And we'll see you again next Wednesday. I'm Christian. Take care. See you soon. Bye for now.